break time.
It is time for break. My bladder was telling me the same thing. We'll be back.
We are rolling.
Okay. Harry's razors. I've been using them. They sent us a bunch, so I got a long line of Harry's razors. But you know what I really like about them? Their products. Actually, not just the blades, the shaving cream and the moisturizer and stuff. I've been using a ton of that. That stuff is great. Harry's was started by two guys who are passionate about creating a better shaving experience. It's a mail order company. You can subscribe and get monthly deliveries. You can order stuff a la carte. You can order a kit. You can order as a gift for the holidays. What do you like to shave as? What do you like to shave as? That's not English. That's what happens when I do it on the fly. Yeah. Harry's starter set. It's a month worth of shaving. Comes with a razor, 3 of Harry's high-quality German-engineered blades, and a bottle of shaving cream. Shipped straight to your door. Harry's bought a razor factory in Germany that's been crafting some of the world's highest quality blades for almost a century. By cutting out the middleman, Harry's offers an amazing shave at a fraction of the price of drugstore brands. Shipping's free, and the blades go from their German factory straight to your door at factory direct prices in a nice classy package. Say goodbye to choosing between expensive brands or cheap disposables and say hello to Harry's.
How much
high
did Harry's
quality blades at a price you'll love. Go to harrys.com right now and enter code TIRE at checkout to get $5 off your first purchase. Get a month worth of shaving for just $10 with code TIRE at checkout. That's harrys.com, code TIRE.
I think you were accidentally onto something. Themed shaving.
Themed shaving?
Yes. Who do you like to shave as?
Can I please order the Danny Trejo?
Yes.
This month?
I want to be Batman this week.
Forza Motorsports 6. Just in time for the holidays. I saw a lot of Black Friday deals for Forza Motorsports 6. It is the dopest racing game there is. 1080p, 60 frames per second, 450 cars, 26 tracks. Celebrate the world of motorsport, reliving classic races and epic rivalries in the new 70-plus hour career mode. This is the largest racing game ever made. And you know who's in it? This guy. This guy's in it. New Forza leagues and online spectating combine to give everyone the thrill of a professional, competitive multiplayer racing. Compete in epic 24-player races in single player against cloud-powered Drivatar opponents and on Xbox Live on dedicated servers. Forza Motorsport 6 is available exclusively for Xbox One and at I'm having problems right now. At leading online retailers and electronic stores nationwide. Visit ForzaMotorsport.net for details.
Xbox is $300 right now. It's a good deal.
Is it?
2 games packed in, all over the place.
Nice. That's a good time to pick up an Xbox. Do you have Xbox available?
No, I want to get. We were just talking about last night.
Take a copy of Forza from the file.
Crossing the street without a crosswalk.
Yep.
I could have ran him over.
We got him for gas.
Wow. No,
damn.
that's my next thing is I need to buy like a chair situation like you've got over here.
So, if you've got room for it at your place, the chair itself isn't that expensive.
Yeah.
I think it's a couple $100. But it's a neat rig.
And you've got the Thrustmaster wheel, right?
That is the Thrustmaster
That's the
wheel?
Thrustmaster. I have the Logitech one. I much prefer the Logitech.
I hear the Thrustmaster wheel we have is like 2 years old. I hear the new one that he has is a lot better.
So I have an old Logitech wheel that I never used.
Won't work.
It's not going to work.
No.
So now I need to get the new Logitech wheel.
Or if you really want to spend money, the Fanatec one.
Fanatec one is dope. You just have to get your fine tuning right because it can be amazing or awful if you set it up wrong.
It's a great thing.
What's that? Fanatec? No, Logitech. We got Fanatec at the old house. Great.
Yeah.
They're sick.
Yeah.
So it's all in the calibration, kind of like the Porsche 911.
The Fanatec, yeah, there's a lot of ways you can adjust it, like not just through the game either, like through the wheel itself, and like it took you a long time to set it up properly.
Yeah.
And then people kept fucking it up.
They'd set it up for like drifting with lighter spin and stuff, but you can change so many different kinds of force and vibration and resistance and spin. It's a lot of stuff.
It's like your email signature, make it adjustable and they'll adjust it wrong.
Yes, exactly. Right.
I think the best thing with the Fanatec though is that like it's not just for one box. So if you get a different console in 5 years, you can get the adapter and it'll work again.
Oh, that's nice.
So
yeah. So the Colin Chapman of wheels.
Exactly.
Well, it's the penis of wheels. It's not just for one box.
The penis of wheels.
That's a good slogan there. Wheelwell.com, the automotive social network you've been waiting for. You can do all kinds of things with Wheelwell, from sharing your car to finding locals in your area with other cool cars. You can set up a club, you can keep track of all your modifications. If you're brave enough, you can keep track of how much you've spent on them by saving all your receipts. Your receipt, there'll be uploading a receipts is helpful, actually. If you need to return something, go to your Wheelwell. There's your receipt. That's fine. And then when you go to sell your car, you have a complete story of the whole car. You want to do a one take with me? Send your Wheelwell profile to matt@thesmokingtire.com. Post it on our Facebook page, whatever. And if you're in California, we'll get you on the schedule. We are now booking March 23rd or something.
For so long as you're willing to come to California.
But I've had some complaints because I've done a couple different versions of the same cars. So, and I at the time I figured, oh, I'll try one with this setup and this setup, and I think I'm eliminating cars that I've done more than twice. So that pretty much eliminates all Mustangs, E92 BMWs, all Subarus. I can't do no more Subarus. No more Miatas.
Unless radically different.
Yeah, if it's got an engine swap or if it's got some crazy shit in it, I will on a case by
I can
case
see
basis.
maybe where it would work, where if you had 2 or 3 all shot at the same time, where you did like a quick back-to-back,
Right.
maybe that could do it.
No, yeah, that's the problem. When you do them weeks apart, you just don't have anything to say, oh, this one makes 40 more horsepower than that one. Like, all right, whatever. So, yeah, like no more like no more Mazda Speed 3s, no more Volkswagen Jettas or Golfs. So I'm trying, and this may result in us running out at some point, but so be it.
So you're booking March now. That's a year harder to get than the table at Rayo's.
If you ordered a Range Rover today, or you already had a Range Rover and wanted me to drive it, you could get the new Range Rover before I would drive your existing Range Rover.
Wow.
Just saying. Yeah.
In demand.
In demand. In demand's good though. I mean, lots of videos. We got one takes all this month from the firm in Florida. They're going up this week and next week. So plenty of good stuff going on.
Except for mine.
No, Thad's goes up tomorrow.
Jesus.
Thad's one take goes up before this podcast.
It's
Don't look
easy.
at it.
Ignore the internet.
Ignore the internet. Yeah, I know.
That's what I do.
Spinelli, what else do you have going on? You want to plug anything now?
I'm doing nothing.
Cool.
I'm plugging me not doing anything for December.
Behind the scenes on Drive.
Yeah, there's a lot of behind the scenes crap.
We talk Apex. We haven't talked about that yet.
Oh yeah, we could talk Apex.
Some people asked about it.
We can, sure. What's going on?
Well, I mean, so Apex just premiered in LA during the auto show, and actually, was I here before Apex last time?
Yes.
Yeah. So the next night we showed Apex for the first time at ArcLight
that's
Studios
great.
or ArcLight Hollywood.
ArcLight Cinema in Hollywood.
ArcLight
We're in
Cinema.
Hollywood at the Arc.
Well, there are arc lights all over the damn city, right?
Yeah, Hollywood.
Jesus.
There's only one in Hollywood, and that's where
It's where the Cinerama Dome is.
on Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
No.
Had you been watching Apex through the editing process? Or was
Yeah.
it-
Well,
yeah?
so I hadn't been watching it as much as Will and Tom and everybody was actually working on the edit. I would do
Some
something.
edits, less than edit.
Yes, because. Well, no, obviously. No, but they spent so much time. That last 30 days before it went up was tremendous because we went through the show running order like 3 times and changed it and literally moved stuff around within weeks of the final thing. And I re-recorded some or rewrote some voiceover for Zach to record. And yeah, I think we got it just about right. I mean, the problem with being so close to a project is you always see the things you wish you did or could have done.
Of course. Yeah.
But no, I'm really happy with it. I think it came out great.
I brought Spike and he liked it a lot.
Yeah,
He
I
thought
saw
it
you
was
and Spike there.
interesting. Yeah. He was my date.
Spike is cool. I'm actually modeling my hair now because we have the same cowlick. I found out.
Give me the 40-year-old Jew.
For 500, Alex.
Yeah, no, I thought it was good. It was good.
Was that all shot in 4K or?
Yeah.
That's going to be really pretty. If they put
Look
that
how
on
that worked
4K,
out for me.
because
It
like
doesn't always work out like that, but
Netflix
damn,
has a
was
lot
that
of their
good.
own content, but there's very little filtering in from outside. You can get that on 4K. They're going to put down into that left and fucking
Yeah,
right.
I mean that's the whole point. I mean Sony supported it from the beginning to show up what we could be doing with 4K, and that is. I mean, I don't have a television that can watch 4K right now. I mean, I guess I'm looking at one right now. It's $797.99 on Amazon.
Yeah, I literally got one from my mom over the weekend.
Well, but by the way, why the hell are televisions so cheap right now?
Oh my god, I saw a 70-inch TV for like 4K, million this, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, fucking Costco, dude. Costco.
What's going on? It's just
race to the bottom as far as components go. And now, like, even all the Korean companies and the Japanese companies that were making TVs, most of them are out of it. It's all going to China now.
Wow.
So it's like whoever can produce it cheapest, fastest.
Wow. Because, I mean, you can get this, like, I mean, I don't need more than, like, a 40-inch set.
Yeah.
Like, I have a small place, but, like, 40-inch 4K TV is like
I literally bought my mom one 50-inch Vizio yesterday.
Vizios are dope. I have Vizios in my house.
Vizios are actually one of the few brands made here in the U.S.
Yeah, they're fucking good.
They're nice. It was $600 for 50-inch Vizio, and it was 4K everything. It's
Dude, I went to Costco when we moved into my house, and I bought 5 TVs at Costco for $2,200. 5.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the last TV, the TV I have now, it's a Samsung. I paid $1,100 for it.
Yeah, it's
I was
awesome.
on Amazon.
inch.
You get a 40-inch LCD 1080p for $350.
All about that fucking base out.
Yeah, there's a lot of this.
It's like a Silverado dog with that fucking western pinstriping where it looks like a cowboy truck. And fucking shaved bumpers. Oh, it's terrible. I've seen that one. You seen the rear bumper where they put the Corvette tail lights in on the fucking Silverado?
it's always like C5 tail or
It's-
C4 tail.
They've been doing that since the 70s. Like,
Yeah.
that's a really old. I mean, I remember back in the Southern days. Like,
Do you remember the Corvette Ski Bump? It was either between Ski Nautique or Malibu at JM, and it had the Corvette ass end on. I think. It was because Mercury Marine
Yeah, it was with the
made the
LT4.
ZR1 engines.
Yep.
and 91.
Was it Malibu who made the boat?
They always do
Malibu, right?
Lamborghini boat too.
That's what it says.
Well, Lamborghini made the offshore racing boats. Those were different. This was like a kitschy fucking thing. I wonder what one of those goes for, like on eBay now. If it's like a GMC Cyclone Marlboro edition, or if it's more like I don't know.
I'll tell you
Zach's
what, if
face.
you look up Corvette boat though, you get someone who made a 48-foot Stingray-inspired, badass carbon fiber closed cockpit motherfucker. This is so rad.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know
very-
the one you're talking. Yeah, that's a cool.
This is
yeah,
Batman's boat. Wow,
Yeah,
That's
amazing.
it's the bare carbon
Oh,
one.
this is this is the one that.
Well, that's the one.
That's what you're talking about. Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah, it's rough. So anyway,
That's the word.
So
The 911?
So
What else were we talking about?
Well, it's funny. Last show we started talking about the 911. We ended up talking about Tenerife, where the
And then-
911 launch was.
We never talked about
the
where
car.
you would take cars to review them among the impoverished peoples.
Well, I read your column on it, your review.
Which one?
Did I read yours or Travis's? I think I read yours.
Porsche Turbo, not
I didn't
Turbo.
wait that. I didn't write it yet. I
read Travis's then.
We're
Sorry.
doing post production on the video right now.
Oh, sorry, I read Travis's. But okay, you said again the smaller motor one is the one now.
Yeah. So okay. The fact that it has turbos now is an important thing for Porsche people, right? So if you're a purist, you might go, Carrera with turbos. That's not how it should be. You're going to lose the. Everybody's going to.
This is like
low
your
end
water cooled. You know?
Right, but I mean, everybody's saying, that everyone's going, like, BMW's already gone to low end.
Fast?
Yeah, but
Who
everybody's.
gives a fuck?
Well, the thing is that it's not tuned in the way that you might think it would be. It's not like the new M3 and M4.
It doesn't
where
do the flat torque curve.
It doesn't
thing.
do flat torque curve. I mean, they show us a flat torque curve, and then I was like, well, the car doesn't feel like there's torque from 1700. And then so we started talking, and it was like, oh yeah, well that's what it is on the bench. It's not what it is in the car.
Oh, why is that?
So
The gearing.
yeah, the gearing makes a huge. So what they've done is they've compressed gearing at super first ratio, super close first to third. Third's a little taller, and it's progressively way taller.
Okay.
So you're always in the zone. Basically, there's
Okay, so you have a flat torque curve for first and second, and then it becomes peakier as you get further up. Or it's the other way around.
it's the other way around.
Okay.
Right? No, it's the other way around. So wait a minute. Let me just.
This sounds like this is all just like ECU tuning.
They're messing with it, but the bottom line is this: that there is a fairly significant torque event at around 32, 3300. So it still feels like a 911 has in the past, right? They've upped the stroke a little bit in comparison to the ratio of the last motor. So it's a little strokier, so you get a little bit more natural low end torque. But you get a little bit lower RPM peak, right? So it peaks
that's
at
fine because you're not going to
6,500.
do super high RPM with a turbo motor anyway.
Exactly, except that they basically all they've done, if you want to just look at it in one way, all they've done is they've taken that old 911 torque curve and they've just compressed it, into 6,500 instead of used to be 75 to 80.
Yeah.
So that's basically it. I mean, otherwise it really holds the character of 911. I mean, it's not significantly different.
Well, they have to keep the revs down so they can release the higher revving, etc.
Is there a sufficient amount of hardware difference from the regular car to the S, or is it two?
Okay, regular car to the S. Internally, there's different pistons.
Oh, there are.
different-
Okay.
Yeah.
So
They've
it's
done
not.
stuff.
It's not
just the two.
They didn't just design one engine and then whack a bunch of timing out of it to make the. Okay.
No, they actually they changed enough of the internals of the.
Because
S
before you
engine.
got different displacement, right? You got it was like a 3.4 and a 3.6
Right.
for
Well-
the regular the S. So if you didn't get, I imagine the S customer would be annoyed if you didn't get sufficiently different hardware that some guy could go to APR or Cobb and just get a tune.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. That's a really strong point because the tune, we're going to see what tuners do to this thing.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, like by upping the boost, because there's relatively small turbos, relatively low boost. I mean, it's 1 bar in the S, and it's less. No, it's 1 bar 3. So it's like what, 15, 16.
A bar is 14.7.
Yeah. So 14.7. So it's 0.9 in the Carrera, and 1.1.
Okay.
This sounds like, BBI or Sharky, you're going to get a hold of this thing, slap some slightly bigger turbos on it, and you're finally making, 991 turbo number, first 991 turbo numbers.
Right.
Well, we've already seen how much you can get out of a tiny turbo with the Fiesta.
Yeah.
So you get another 50 you get another 100 horsepower. And
If you
another 100
if you
horsepower
start
torque.
tuning for race gas and people start converting to E85, I mean, I imagine E85 will probably be pretty popular on these things.
Yeah.
We don't see a lot of E85s Porsches though, do we?
It's hard to get in California.
Yeah, but I drive so many E85s. Maybe it's because Porsche people are so rich that if they really want the 30 extra horsepower, they won't waste their time with an annoying fuel source. They'll just do something else to get that
But at
power.
the same time, maybe it's also, these are the same people that don't give a shit about 30 more, they just go, I just want it reliably to do 700 all day.
Yeah, they don't have to look around for E85 and make a problem for themselves.
Yeah.
But by the way, so let's sort of think about the Porsche market for a second. China is
Yeah.
a growing market for Porsches. China imposes a very, very hefty import tax on cars over 3 liters.
Oh.
Yeah.
So now that
Oh,
911's
really?
3 liters, you can buy one that's not, like $45,000 more than.
And there's an even bigger break if you're 2 liters and smaller, which leads me to, I've been told by somebody that's very close to the Porsche, they're going to do 4 cylinders for the next generations of the turbo.
For the Boxster.
No, 911's going to get 4 cylinders as well.
Maybe. I think that
definitely-
wouldn't go over too well.
Well, they have sort of said off the record that because they don't speak about, they don't talk about future product, but they are testing everything. They do have 4 cylinders.
Maybe they'll just call it the 912 again.
I mean, they could.
My God, can you imagine spending fucking $80,000 on a 4-cylinder 911?
Yeah,
that
but
would
if you're
be
in China,
that would
it's
be
$100,000
so
difference.
insulting.
Yeah.
Can you give me a 911 with 350 horsepower and like 500 foot-pounds of torque in whatever form you can get? I'm in.
That
I
is.
don't want a 4-cylinder 911.
You can make a ton of
Every
power
time
out of
I've
it.
driven a really expensive car that has a 4-cylinder engine, and I go, I don't want to spend that kind of money to a car to sound like
Alpha,
this.
you can feel it and hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Alpha drives like it's got a fucking 4-cylinder. I mean, you know.
I mean,
They're
think-
zingy. And the Alpha is only like realistically like 65 grand, 70
Yeah.
grand. You know what I mean?
It's not
Imagine if it was
100.
100.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
carbon fiber tongue, unless the Porsche cheaper one.
You could get a
shit like
Revzani Beast for that amount.
Oh my god.
It doesn't sound expensive. It doesn't feel expensive. It's got a theme. It's just 4 bangs. And maybe they'll push the market to love it because they have to.
They'll just make it for cheap.
Yeah, because if you put gold and dragons on it and shit, they're covered in fucking dragons.
I bet you if they did that and they sold that in the UK, once again, there's a hefty tax on displacement. They would sell quite a few units. I mean,
I think the English have their pride. I think the English, you know, if you give them they buy diesel Range Rovers, but I don't think they want little.
Well, there's
teeny
also the
engine
fact that
Porsches.
with London and Paris of the whole carbon thing coming into the city, they're like, nope, no more cars that emit a ton of carbon.
Yeah.
So,
But remember when Ferrari did the low displacement 308s?
Yeah.
The 208s.
The 208s, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean,
And
that's
how are those remembered?
not favorably.
See, you know how they were received when they were new?
Not favorably?
Yeah.
They were very underpowered. though.
I mean, they were only like 85 horsepower. Let's put it that.
A 2-liter now gets significant more power with turbo.
Very true.
but it doesn't.
But it was still
You cannot deliver the kind of throttle response you need out of a 911 with a 4-cylinder.
That's
It
the-
cannot happen. Even the best 4-cylinders, like that first inch of pedal travel, is nothing. The best ones, and then you get into boost.
I would
it's not.
say that it's probably premature to say that because everybody's going down the path of small turbocharged engines. If anybody's going to do it right, Porsche's going to be one of them.
But this is the small turbocharged engine.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, dropping cylinders, it just would. It's like $110,000 for a 4-banger turbo. Even with good response, even if it's a great engine, it's right now. I would say for at least 8 years, people aren't going to buy it and feel that same refinement and expense and
Do it
value.
for China. It'll be like one of those George Clooney Coca-Cola commercials. You know, the rest of us can think of him as fucking 20 million a movie. They over there, they can think about him as fucking hawking Nordstroms or fucking cigarettes or whatever it is. Yes, yeah, whatever it is. They
Fucking
can have
lost in
their
translation.
they can have their Brad Pitt commercial Porsche over there, and we can have fucking Fight Club here.
There you go.
know? That sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing to talk about with the 911 is the suspension tune is better. So this is the thing about we were talking about.
I didn't find it flawed before. Did you?
No. I think what they've done is that every car now gets PASM, right? So everything has the active dampers, and traditionally, like I've always kept them in normal because I just don't like any of the stiff stuff unless you're on a track.
A really smooth track.
Right, a
I
really
just
smooth
drove
track.
a Porsche on a very bumpy track, and it was painful.
Right, and I think every other car, or not every other car, a lot of other car makers are guilty of under
Mercedes.
Right, exactly, right.
Way too stiff.
Yeah, I mean it's like almost a badge of honor to have your spine smashed up.
Yeah.
Like who gives a crap? I mean, just put it in normal. And actually, normal's great for tracks like Road America because they're compressions, and you end up getting.
You have a bigger range of feel.
Right.
You know.
More weight transfer too, so
Yeah.
you can really feel things. It's not like so
Well,
stiff.
The
And,
super hard suspension a lot of times means you're bouncing off the imperfections of the roads, which means you're not getting traction.
No, you're absolutely not. You're absolutely, and that's exactly right. But so what they've done is they've softened normal. So it's where they've actually changed the damper tune. So normal is technically softer, but not as the rebound is. I don't know. It's the
Less
curve.
aggressive.
It's less aggressive rebound. The curve is more progressive.
well, there's like
Less aggressive, more progressive. Right. Exactly.
Sounds like a protest march.
Exactly. Where's my safe zone? Give me my safe zone. Matt, do you have the safe zone in this?
A safe word.
Your safe word is
State word is being
Babs.
oh, that's a private joke. So actually the untold story, or the less often told story of the new 911 is that the suspension tune is excellent.
That makes sense, though, because they want to keep selling these to more and more people that can afford them. I mean, the Porsche went from being the very hardcore car to it's every 15th car we see on the road in LA now.
That's exactly it. I mean, they want. I mean, it's not
It's
just
true. It's a very common
dentists,
car
right?
here
I
in
mean, they
LA.
want more and more people to consider the 911. even if they wouldn't necessarily consider a sports car. I mean, it's more.
They make good daily drivers.
Yeah, I mean, they make great.
a
and
luxury
this is,
coupe.
right?
Is what it is
This
now.
is just a better daily driver for people that maybe wouldn't drive it in the way that we would.
They wouldn't get a Mercedes coupe. They would get this.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Right.
this is like maybe a competitor to like an S, somebody that might have
Yeah.
bought an SL.
Right.
Or AMG GT.
Does it make boosty noises?
Yes.
It does.
Yes, that's the kind of cool thing. All right, so you do get a little, you know, it's not a very loud car now. So they've added a second resonator behind the seat, right? So the other one,
Oh, they
the
use
sound
they have a
composer.
trumpeter thing behind the seat.
Yeah, they do.
okay.
So unlike BMW adds a digital file, right, that sort of synthesizes the car noise. They actually just have this weird sort of pipe with a kind of resonating, a mechanical resonator in it that throws induction pulses into the
It's like the
cabin.
old lady ear thing.
No, it's
Then
like
they
the old
put
lady
that
ear
one-
Ford
trumpet.
does
No,
it
it's-
with the Mustangs.
ISF
Yeah.
did that.
It's
Yeah, a
effectively
bunch of
like a
people.
tube with
It's
a
a
little
drum head.
diaphragm over the end.
Diaphragm.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So they.
You are accelerating. Oh,
You know what? I would pay for a car
I
that did
call for second gear.
That's a really slow car if you can call for a second.
That's actually how the Vanquish did it before the conversion.
Hey guys, can see
Pull the
that,
trigger, and a minstrel comes in and ding, 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 ding.
Really unrolls the.
Yes, Your Majesty. Minstrel, third gear. Third gear, so yes. He would actually dance his way to the gearbox and pull a lever.
Oh, good, good, good. Running change again resistant. Mr. Ferry called for forward here. And move.
Tiny little attic.
It's
pushing
the
your
acid
boat.
gnomes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Actuated manual.
Yeah.
Change to fourth.
Change to fourth. Ferry called for resisting fourth.
It's like the steam room on the Titanic.
You yell into the giant shell.
There's some poser.
Iceberg, dead ahead! All engines to the reverse!
Oh, engines to reverse.
What I say?
Well, in fact, it's the last bastion of British-run Irish slavery.
After DMC closed, they had to find something.
Exactly. Wow.
That's
Bring it back.
Bring it all back home.
Yes. It's the Aston Martin Black and Tan edition.
Oh, that's good. I like that. I would get the black. I bet it would look nice.
That would be amazing.
Black over fucking tan interior.
Black
would be
over
nice.
tan.
That's actually a really dark joke.
That'd be good.
That's
No,
a
I-
dark joke. Well, I'm sorry about it. I apologize profusely. Oi.
So what else do we need to know about this 911?
Okay, so I prefer. We're at the point at 370 for the Carrera, 370 horsepower, and 414 to 420 depends. I know I want to see it dynoed because I don't know whether they're talking in. They
wheels
might be
and
talking in.
wheel.
Well, they might be talking in
Flywheel?
horsepower is metric.
Oh.
In other words, Caciocavalli or
PS or
PS, right?
Yeah.
Or Pfeffencypher. What's the
I don't
horse's
know.
force? in-
425 Newton meters.
Yeah. But
I
horse
can do the
in
kilowatts and the
German.
Newton meters. It's when we get into PS that I'm like, okay, this is close.
PS is
to
like 1.02.
Is it?
horsepower. Yeah.
Exactly.
like
It's like
200
close enough, but it's like just a little bit off, and I'm like, I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I think the jet in Japan it was like the 280 number was PS, and which is really 276 horsepower.
Yeah.
it's
Right.
close.
It's confusing though when you talk to like Aussies too, because everything with them is kilowatts. They're like,
Yeah.
this makes 900 kilowatts, and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Like,
Yeah.
I know
plug
what
in
your
your
watt is.
Right.
toothbrush.
No car, not light bulb.
Will my outlet blow up?
So, well, the Germans do horse kilopowers.
Did you drive the stick?
I drive the stick only. I did not drive the PDK.
Wait,
oh,
This
really?
is- yeah.
They do we do horsepower per pound, but in Europe it's like pound per horsepower. They do it backwards. It's like it's per thousand or something.
They do per
Power-
ton.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
fucking
That's
annoying.
really annoying.
So
200, what?
So we'll say that it's probably somewhere between 414 horsepower and 420.
Morgan's doing BTUs, right?
It's funny. We teach them. Anyway, so the 370. I just feel like the manual base Carrera is the car.
Why not? Yes.
I guess
I just 50 extra horsepower, like, is that not a good idea in this car?
I just think that it's. I prefer to keep it really high in the red range.
Oh, okay.
It just feels better because even if you're past where the peak torque is, they reduce running friction in the engine so much that revving it to 7,500 actually still feels natural.
Okay.
So it's like, but at 420, you're kind of going fucking fast at that point.
I feel you.
And so at 370 horsepower and,
You
in
can
that
push it
red
a little
range,
more on the street
push it
without
more.
getting into trouble. That kind of thing.
Exactly. It still feels like a 911 and it doesn't tell me it's.
So if you drive with Spinelli, right?
Yes. And last night, at a certain point, I said, Mike, I'm in no condition to drive. We're doing 30 and a 40 right now. True story.
No, but you know what?
You didn't know where you were, but I was like, we just,
No, but honestly, do you know what the speed limit in New York City is right now?
27.
They dropped it to 25.
Oh,
It was
no.
30, and now it's 25.
Wow.
And if you go and there's laws in Manhattan. Well, the problem is that there's like zero tolerance. Like all the cops are out to bust speeders because they're in this. They're trying to do
Can't
this
stand down black people anymore.
Yeah, but they do.
Come there.
Hey, you.
There's not even a 27 indicated on any speedometer
No,
anywhere in
it's
the world.
25. I mean, it's 20. I don't know where you got 27 from.
I don't know.
It's just being a dick. But you were even less of a dick than you should have.
The speed limit on Springer is 27. That's just right.
it is.
Yeah.
They're fast on dirt there.
I know.
Well,
There's no kind.
So I'm going 50. Speed limit on this road is 40. They're easily going 60.
20 plan with it. Basically
Zero deaths by 2020.
Right.
Yeah, that'll happen.
So they're really into right now giving speeding tickets. So anywhere, I mean, if you're in the Bronx on a, I don't know, if you're picking up liquors.
I can't even imagine getting a fucking speeding ticket in Manhattan. I got one on the West Side Highway before.
Yeah.
Like
on streets.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
I mean,
just
well,
dumb.
except that when you're on First Avenue and you make the first light, you can get all the way to the end of the island.
Yeah. That's
Without
my favorite.
letting up
But
on
you
the
gotta
gas.
go, you go 30.
You got to go
Or like-
37.
Yeah. Oh, is it 37?
Right, exactly
If
37.
you want to, so if you
down.
want to make the lights, you have to speed.
You have
I
to
thought it was-
speed.
Is it? Are you sure it's 37, not 30?
I think
How
it's 37.
reliable do you think you can get all the lights?
You
get
dude,
to
I've
30?
done it.
It's 100% doable. I've done
I've
it
gotten
before.
from
From
basically
the very end
No,
to the
not
very
the
other
very
end.
end.
From
Right.
Houston,
From
where
Houston.
First Avenue
Yeah,
starts,
okay.
to like deep into Harlem.
Yeah, I've made it to.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, one Saturday morning, it wasn't very busy. I made it from Houston all the way to the 125th Street Bridge,
Yeah.
like up
It's
onto the.
absolutely doable. You'd have to do it at a time where there's not many cars if you really
Sunday
want to go the
morning.
entire way.
Yeah.
But it's totally
Damn.
possible. Yeah.
That should be a bit.
We should do a bit.
Okay.
Let's do a bit.
We can do a bit where we have a race to see who can go farther. That's the race. Who can go the furthest without having to stop for a light.
There you go.
So it's who can go the furthest without speeding or stopping.
Okay.
You're all in the same
In
boat,
Manhattan.
Or you get
Yeah.
points for every time
You
you have to
start
go.
like a
Yeah,
drag
right.
race.
It's
You're all
very
sitting
easy way
together.
to do that. You go
All sitting
very,
together.
very slow, and then you have plenty of time to time it out.
If you go that slow in Manhattan, you're gonna have to stop.
Yeah,
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
miss
miss. You're gonna
miss
miss the
lights.
further lights.
Yeah.
So we'll do points
If
for
you're doing
as
like
time.
five, you just keep rolling. 5.
Deduction.
Oh, you mean
Deduction
like?
from the total.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean like getting like having that? So getting the light, like not getting to the light.
Yeah.
And then getting to the light after it changes.
Are you talking about multiple cycle
Yeah.
in one New
In
York
one,
City
yes.
block?
Yeah.
I can push a car and get to the next block before a full fucking light cycle.
Yeah.
All right. So we're talking about drone delivery. Do we give a fuck about that, or is that too
I mean,
far?
only because Clarkson's
So
doing
if
it.
Clark shows up with the drone, I don't care.
All right. Fair
You
enough.
know that's like 2 days off in Venice.
Probably is.
We got some Facebook stuff. A lot of it we already talked about, so I'll skip those.
This champion.
Mustang over. What would I do different? Nothing. Really?
Buy it finished.
Buy it finished. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I would have bought. No.
You would have mentally added months to the timeline you were given.
I wouldn't have said anything about when I wanted to have it done by in the first video. That was a dumb mistake. Besides that,
Did you get it back, or did Tim still have it?
but Tim still has it. But it is on the lift. It took. The problem was it took. I'd like to thank Headman Headers for sending me headers, which is very nice of them, even though it took 6 weeks to get them. So that's waiting for headers, just let them go. I bet they'll sound good, and we'll see if they improve power out. Let's see. Which car magazine has the worst drivers? Automotive.
Who works at
Monterey
Automotive?
Gazette.
I don't know, Mark Vaughn.
Mark Vaughn, right? Rory
Rowan.
Carroll. I've never heard of Blake.
Blake
Ron, yeah. Blake has done long hair, not been
Yeah. Do we care about the Jag XE versus the Alfa Romeo Giulia? Do you know if you drive the XE?
No, have you?
No, someone did, right? People did. I think European.
Yeah, I think some people did. I didn't think about it.
I've read some things that were pretty super. I
I just read
I read that it's not ready yet. It looks pretty cool. So.
What's the buy at 16? 16.5? Sorry, 17? Sorry. I'm not.
Well, you should delete it for the people when he's trying to sell it.
Oh, it comes with all this extra shit on it if someone wants to buy it. I don't care. I'll give the fucking thing back to the dealer. I don't
All
care.
right. Let me think, because I really do like that car. I like that car.
I would make money on a straight. I'm not going to make money on a straight.
Yeah,
There's a traffic break over there. You know,
there's headlights. See, so in my perfect world, right, just continue off the road, work on it, race car it up, and drive the Fiesta.
You can have it, man. It's yours.
And then
It only has
Can we do a-
15,000
I'll
miles
buy
on
it back from you in a couple of years.
Do you think it'll make it driving across the country?
Oh,
Yeah, why would it not?
Yeah.
Fucking
No,
brand new
I
car.
mean
in winter?
in
I
winter,
wouldn't
yeah.
go through Colorado on the Pilot Super Sports.
No.
Oh, it's got Pilot Super Sports.
Yeah, I
would
think
go-
you'd probably be okay if you stayed on like the highway.
Yeah, I mean,
If you time it like
once
we
they're
drove
warm.
JS car from New York to here in November, we just hoped it didn't snow, and it almost did not snow. Yeah.
Considering all of the
And
ski
then-
resorts
Just take
in
the southern
Colorado
route.
Open.
Yeah.
You could do it if
Just
you
take the
want.
van and then shoot up the coast. All right, let me
Call
Yeah.
Babs.
we call Babs.
Anyone else have anything?
In 30 years, the Crown Vic will be worth its weight in scrap metal. But I think
in 30 years, my Fiesta probably won't exist.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I bet that Fiesta, if you keep it and then we keep it, in 30 years, it would probably be worth like 50 grand. Because you'll at that point be a famous journalist killed in a lion accident while driving a Mercedes.
Yes.
The story will be amazing.
Killed in the line of fire while driving a Mercedes.
That,
Well, actually,
is famous
well,
Fiesta.
you will have tried to recreate that the well of death. You remember the photo
wall
of
of death?
No, the well. You know, the well of death. Well, the wall. You could call the wall of death.
Is this
They
where the
call
guy
it the
drives
well.
on the wall?
Guy drives on the wall with the lion next to him.
Yeah. And then, JFL pushed you into this, and you're like, I don't want to do this. And then it'll happen.
Matt, we really need you to just drive the car. Well, it's like, there's an open wheel cover, the sidecar where the lion would sit.
At least the line's in the sidecar.
Well, that or
It's really well thought out.
that or it's an A4 wagon with a Wolverine in the seat.
But in that photo, the lion looks like he's having a great time. Like his hair's all flying back. He's just like,
Yeah, no, that line's
fucking
chill
lion,
as fuck.
right.
He was. I mean, what you don't know about it is like he was on a lot of drugs. They really
They
drugged the
probably
fuck out of that
should have.
lion.
It was
4
the
pounds
20s.
of ribeye and 6 Xanax.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you had for dinner last night?
I was like, I didn't remember running, but I'm moving pretty quick.
I'll get that sheeted.
He's right ahead of you on the motorcycle.
There he is,
Your
man.
mom gets you.
I get you, I'll eat you.
And on that bombshell, All Cars Go to Heaven was in on Vimeo on demand Christmas this year, 2015. All Cars Go to Heaven 2, sponsored by Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon 2. There will be trailers on YouTube coming soon. Yeah, we're watching The Rough. If you want to come over to my house tonight and watch The Rough, you're more than welcome to join us.
What's the next hit for public consumption?
Shooting for the end of December, and
On
hopefully,
iTunes.
it's going to be on. It's going to be on iTunes. It's going to be on Sony's 4K. Sony's got a.
So there'll be 12 people that get it first.
What is
Yeah,
Sony's 4K?
I forgot what it's called. You know what? Jeff is going to kill me. I forgot what it's called.
It's like their own little 4K box.
Yeah.
But it'll go wide release after that, right?
And then it'll. So basically, the thing we're trying to do right now is figure out when we're going to show it live again, and hopefully, the plan is to take it on tour with help from roadshow. So New York, Miami, LA, Detroit, I'm sure. Carnival is rolling.
Rolling sound with like Koenigsegg's and Pagani's and whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. That would be great. And I think if all goes according to plan, what did you say? That is. If all goes according to plan, that's the thing that's going to happen, and everybody will be able to come and check it out and take selfies with Koenigsegg's.
Most importantly, is Chris Harris going to be there? That's what we all want to know.
Yay! Yeah, he's the Beatles. Like there are just male panties being tossed all around.
Not if there's-
Jack rags.
Not if you were the drunken asshole from Porsche to my right, who was the entire film going, fuck Chris Harris.
Oh, I think that
fuck
guy got
Dan
thrown
Neal."
out.
That guy, yeah.
That guy came up to me and tried to peacock to me, and I was not having any of it.
Dude,
Wow,
he
what
tried
did
to start a fight with me in the
Yeah.
middle of the movie.
I think
that
some
was
kid, I can't remember his name, doesn't matter what his fucking name is, but he worked for Porsche. He was at Porsche
Well, no,
Motorsport.
according to him, I am fucking Porsche racing.
Yeah, and he tried to do that, basically. And I think the LA Auto Show gig was like his first gig. He was like whatever DeMuro was.
Right, right.
Like he's like 23.
Yeah.
And he was wasted.
I cannot believe how wasted.
And
he was.
Calvin was around too. Like
He could not
yeah.
make
Next to
the
the
worst
two
of
Did
things.
you hear this guy?
No, I was sitting next to Abby and Summer, who work
Yeah.
like heads of Porsche PR North America.
Yeah.
And the guy was 2 seats away, sitting next to your agent's
Yeah.
assistants.
Yeah, your agents
Been
were on
talking to
one
them.
side of him. I was on the other. And yeah, our patience.
Oh my
run
god!
thin.
And I guess whoever that guy was with, like his buddy, emailed me the next day like, dude, I'm so sorry about my friend. And I was like, if that guy has a job tomorrow, I will be amazed.
I talked to his friend. Like I walked up through the garage with his friend, and he's like, "You're Chris from the show."